Another day, another real life podcast coming to you from Little Brick in the heart of Edmonton. Brought to you by Righand Distilleries, makers of all sorts of fine alcohol, including the Double Double, which is for sale here at Little Brick. You go in there, you give a wink to one of the folks working at the till, you say, hey, hit me with a Double Double. They know what you're talking about.
It's chilly in here too. Perfect double day.
It is chilly. We were storing corpses in our office over the weekend, and the room takes a while to return back to ambient temperature. Mm-hmm. We also brought a heater in here earlier and set it to air conditioning.
Well,
which took the temperature from 50 degrees Fahrenheit to 30 degrees Fahrenheit. And yesterday when we were working in here, Jay and I could see our own breath.
Yeah.
That's a Canadian prairie entrepreneur moment.
Yeah. For the record, for people knowing, Little Brick, the cafe itself, is toasty warm because they have beautiful fireplaces. We're having furnace issues at the moment because the furnace is 140 years old and soon to be replaced. But right now, we have turned our office into a meat locker.
We'll be close to 10 degrees by the weekend, though. So you guys are
above the outside temperature.
Oh, yeah.
It was actually...
So that means it'll be 9 in here.
It was warmer outside yesterday than it was in here.
Was it?
Yeah. When Little Brick opened, the furnace was just a place to throw like dead animals in to burn slowly and release toxic fumes. Central forced air wasn't a thing when this thing was built.
No, it wasn't even a concept.
If you took somebody from 1903 and brought them to Little Brick in 2018 and you sat them down, I bet you they would just be like shocked at our unimaginable levels of luxury.
Oh, yeah. Well, like if JB Little came back to his house. Yeah.
If you're like, hey, you want a cappuccino? He'd be like, a what?
He's like, where's my giant tub?
What about a scone? Did you go to the river with a bucket and fetch the water and draw it and come back in your morning chore? No, bro. We got taps and we got Wi-Fi, and we're actually kind of pissed at how thick the brick walls here, and we can't have Wi-Fi signal throughout your house in 2018. Mm-hmm. What is this Wi-Fi? He would say, because it's the Old Testament. Mm-hmm. Be unbelievable. I bet you the normal person in Edmonton lives better than the richest person in Edmonton now than in 1910. For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And televisions.
They didn't have Netflix.
No.
Yeah.
If you got Netflix, you're doing better.
If you could get Netflix in 1910, I don't know who your cable provider was, but good job.
And you're not doing nothing either. Everybody's coming over to watch Netflix.
Yeah.
Witchcraft.
The whole city's on your account.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's sharing.
But no content is out. All you can see is the screen. I remember my grandpa telling me when they first got a TV, I can't remember how old he was an adult, all they saw was the test pattern. Because like shows would come on, then the TV channel would go off the air. And they watched the test pattern. We're like, holy shit. TV's amazing. And then they went to school and told their buddies, and they're like, no, shows come on. And my uncle was like, what? Shows? And went back the next night and actually watched it do something. I'd be like living in a magic era.
I remember when you went to a channel early in the morning and they played the national anthem before the day started.
Oh,
Away you go. Oh, yeah. You stand up, rise, cross your heart.
I just remember Polka Dot Door.
Well, of course. Pokeroo is a legend.
Yeah.
Always up to adventures, that guy. Today's special.
Love today's special. Was that a morning show, though?
No,
I don't think so.
It was
That was
mid-morning, like around Sesame Street time.
Or afternoon. I feel like I remember watching it when I got back from school.
Yeah.
I remember I used to watch Tom and Jerry waiting for the bus, but the way that the bus schedule worked, because those things arrived like trains, thank you, there was like 10 minutes of religious programming.
Well, yeah.
Before Tom and Jerry came on, and I remember like the rousing religious song and stuff, and I'm like 8, just want to watch. But every day I got my 10 minutes of religion.
100
Tintin
Huntley
man.
Street, wasn't it? Or something? Yeah.
Oh, wow. I haven't heard that in a while. I was a Tintin man myself.
Oh, love Tintin.
In the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Watching Tintin, English and French. You throw it on in French, I'm just guessing what they're saying.
I love Tintin so much, I've got a wood statue of Tintin.
Do you?
Yep.
Where is it?
It's
displayed prominently. No doubt.
It is very visible. I bought it in Dubai. Everyone thought I was crazy.
Whoa, they know about Tintin in Dubai?
Well,
They bought
Dubai's
Tintin
global.
Wow.
in Dubai. He lives there now.
Amazing.
His
Shout out to
residency at a club.
Yeah, love Snowy.
Snowy 6 by now, I assume.
Snowy saved the day.
Yeah.
Isn't he like a traveler's thing or something, Tintin?
Yeah, he was always traveling around,
Yes.
but he was kicking ass and solving mysteries.
Yeah, with that old guy, the sailor guy.
Captain Haddock.
Captain Haddock.
Yeah.
That guy, when
Blistering barnacles.
when he showed up, shit was going to get solved.
And there was Thompson and Thompson.
Yeah.
Yep, Thompson with a P and Thompson without a P.
Bumbling fools. Remember when the cartoon happened and they all could talk? None of the voices were like how I imagined them reading the book.
I expect them to be French.
Yeah. I miss 2D cartoons. Like movies. Everything's Pixar now.
Oh, yes.
I miss like a 2D Aladdin style cartoon.
2018 problems.
Yeah, I agree. Going back to the original conversation, they couldn't imagine either of these things, I assume.
Do you remember how crazy it was when the Simpsons movie came out and all of a sudden it was like, I suppose it was 3D. Is that what it was?
I don't remember.
Oh, it's just
It
like
was
high definition.
graphics were
Simpsons,
so
and then
much
all of a
better.
sudden the show
It was
matched
that
the movie.
Yeah. To that
yeah.
quality.
It's weird to think of how long that show's been on. Same with South Park. I was watching the new South Park from Wednesday. I watched it last night. I've been watching that show for 2 decades. It's weird.
They do a good job though.
Great job.
They've got staying power. They're so topical.
And now they've gotten to a point where they can say whatever the fuck they want. And it's just like, oh, that's just South Park. They'll do their thing.
Are they still crushing for ratings?
Oh man, like I don't know how they're doing for ratings, but like this new season so far has been ridiculously good. And it's not like, and I thought maybe it's just me because it's always got a place in my heart. Watching South Park, I agree. Other people like it.
Yeah, no, it's I don't watch it religiously, but every time I do, I'm like, why don't I watch this religiously? Because it's always so hilarious.
Do you guys see Book of Mormon when it was here?
I didn't see it when it was here this time, but I saw it last time.
Fantastic.
Yeah, unreal.
You see it, Wanya?
No.
Yeah.
I'm not that
should.
cultural.
You should. It's great. 2 hours of hilarity.
Yeah, it's a hoot.
I was downtown watching 2 guys knife fight on Saturday night.
Hell yeah.
I won't tell you how it ended up. What I fell down this weekend was watching Instagrams of people in jail. There is an alarming number of people in prison in the States that are broadcasting from prison.
How did you find them? That's what I wanted to know.
Well, I unfollowed a bunch of Russian fighting accounts because I'm trying to, like get better with my life. But then I realized that's what I really liked. So I thought, well, what can I find that's got fighting and other crazy shit? And so it was prison life. I fell down. And there's like people filming from inside their cells. There's riots going on. They're just, Guy's got this prison cot full of cell phones. Like he must have had 100 cell phones in his room and a giant bag of weed. I was like, well, that doesn't seem right. You're in jail, ain't you?
It seems a little heat score too.
Well, he must have some sort of trick. If watching prison documentaries has taught me anything, they toss your cell in the reg.
Yeah. I got to bring in my prison cookbook.
What?
Yeah. I bought a prison cookbook.
Were you planning for the future, like in the movie Get Hard?
Yes. No, I just thought it was interesting that you can make like wine in the toilet and stuff. I'm super into it. So like there was a guy who went to prison. I wish I could remember his name. And he wrote a book about how to make a bunch of stuff.
Fuck.
Wow.
Like, yeah. Wine
That's
in the
real
sink or whatever.
Survivor Man.
Oh yeah.
There were some guys on Instagram that were showing their cell and they had like 2 cases of Tang and like 50 toilet paper rolls, like to show that they were just flossing in prison.
That's
That's
the DJ
wealth.
Khaled of prison.
And they have a little TV and they had speakers and they were bumping jams. I think it depends what jail you go to. I think some jails you can't do anything. And then
Prison
some
sounds
jails,
fun.
Yeah, sounds great.
You get TV and like phones and stuff. Cool.
Doesn't sound
Wi-Fi
fun.
apparently.
Toilet wine?
One cell I saw was like 5 guys in one room and there wasn't a lot of space. And they
Yeah.
had bunk beds stacked.
Yeah. Like, do you watch that one on Netflix? The World's Craziest Prisons. or
Oh,
whatever?
yeah.
Like, yeah, where they're just a big wide open room with like one mattress.
Have you seen the Black Swan prison in Russia?
No.
Pink Swan? Black Swan? Pink Swan? There's this prison in Russia that's like from the Stalin era. And there's only like, I don't know, 2 people there. They're both Russian Hannibal Lecter. But they're like in a cell inside a cell. So there's like a whole cell with bars. Like in Suicide Squad. Remember how that person had a cell in the middle of the room? Then there's another cell built around the first cell. And then there's people just staring at them all day long while they're in their cell within a cell.
That's like Magneto from X-Men.
What the hell? How do you not go
It's
insane?
got to be so boring. It's like the 2 North Korean guards that stare at each other at the DMZ.
Well, at least they can go home to their wives.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Like, if you're in that cell,
But even the guy working having to stare through and look at the guy.
Yeah, it's boring.
Ugh,
you can go home.
You know that guy's crushed some Clash Clans.
But how's he doing it? That's how people escape. You get addicted to Clash of Clans. People know that.
Meanwhile, Magneto bounced.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Gone.
Have you seen the El Chapo series
No.
on Netflix?
No, it's been in my queue for 100 years.
In your which?
My queue. Yes.
Jay, you want to talk about something different? That's not a thing.
No, Queeza.
Queeza
It's a nationism for sure.
Oh, yeah.
is it?
That was how Chris the intern thought that the word Q was pronounced.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Bless his heart.
So I've just kind of taken it. I'm taking it forward.
Yeah, it's the 2 Hills twang.
You watch this El Chapo story, and it's real. Like, it's entirely based on the truth. And, like, this guy went from being in solitary confinement to busting out of jail to
Awesome.
back on the streets to being back in jail, back in solitary confinement, busted out again.
Hell
out
yeah.
of solitary confinement.
He's slippery.
I'd like to dig one tunnel.
From where to where?
I don't know, just anywhere. I've never dug a tunnel or gone through. Like, I want to set up buttresses, the whole thing.
Oh, yeah? Air,
So you-
air shafts to
Oh,
get
yeah.
proper ventilation?
You
right.
never try to dig a big hole in a sandbox saying you're digging your way to China?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I want a legit tunnel. Like, I've done them in snow. We built
Yeah.
an igloo once. That was cool.
That is fun. Did you have like a shaft that went, you could climb?
Oh, yeah. We did a fire in it and everything. It was
For
awesome.
real?
Absolutely. But I want to do a legit tunnel, say like from where we're at right now, Little Brick, out to the street, out to where my car's at. I just jump down. There I'm at. Way I go.
When we were doing the Basque on the Sask thing with the river and you went out to the park and then we floated down, remember? Do you remember how they were saying when we went past the one neighborhood near where the houses fell in the river that there was sewage coming out of the valve of the pipe because somebody built bootleg sewage access?
Oh man, that's gangster.
So they're like, they keep doing tests on this
Tapping it.
outflow, which is supposed to be just like drains in the street, but there's still human waste in there because somebody has made a bootleg sewer. You could be that guy.
Different times.
I could be that guy.
You could be that guy.
There's no reason why I couldn't. I'm going to tap into my neighbor's sewage when I get home today.
Bag milk. What are your water bills? 0.
Yeah.
How? Because I made a tunnel.
Because you know what? It's a disposable fee on that bill. That's the big ticket.
Disgusting.
I like this.
All right.
How are we doing for time, Jared? We're doing all right? What are we? 4 minutes left?
4 minutes left.
Shit.
First segment was supposed to be
about Dan.
About Dan.
Yeah.
You're
It
wasn't.
sitting there, listening to us talk about shit,
Hey,
talk about jail.
we're riffing, bro. We're riffing.
It's all good, boys. I was enjoying it.
We'll come back after the break and talk about you, but we got 4 more minutes to plug up with content.
Yeah.
Feed the goat. We could be silent for 3 minutes and let people think about what they want to think about.
Like a podcast meditation.
Yeah.
A moment of zen.
Be so easy to make meditations on podcasts. You just are like, hey, just chill.
Yeah, I'm thinking about making ASMR videos,
ASMR. I don't know what any of those letters stand for.
right?
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know what it
It's
stands
like,
for. Hang on.
but it's on. Oh, yeah. It's when people like explain that they're doing things like this.
They're talking very slow.
They're talking very slow.
And they're doing stuff? Like
When they
what?
bite into like a pickle.
Or anything. They'll do
Anything like,
anything.
this is me eating a bag of chips.
Come
And
on.
like, it's a crazy, huge thing on the internet right now.
This is me
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
a sip of hot water.
How do you know about this, Jay?
So
He's taking a sip of hot water.
I listen to Howard Stern.
ASMR.
Okay, all right. Now I know why everybody knows about
But
it.
it's mainstream because like Gal Gadot has filmed some ASMR
Yeah.
stuff.
What is a Gal Gadot?
Wonder Woman.
Oh.
Yeah, she was like
She's
opening
very
bags or
pretty.
something. Watch me comb my hair.
We did an unboxing upstairs earlier, which we can
Damn
talk about.
right we did.
For
So
soon.
ASMR is autonomous sensory meridian response.
That's right. It's those meridians they chase. Mm-hmm. Audaciously.
the
Chasing the
center
dragon.
part of a road that has a concrete
I
that
assume
meridian.
so. Something like that. Autonomous sensory meridian response is an experience characterized by static-like or tingling sensation on the skin that typically begins on the scalp and moves down the back of the neck and upper spine.
That's not what we're talking about. I thought we were talking about the lady from Wonder Woman talking slow.
That's what it like triggers like the feel goods.
And it's even better when it's Gal Gadot. Is it Gadot or Gadot? I say Gadot.
I couldn't tell you. Gal,
Not sure.
Yeah.
Gee
She's
he
pretty.
bear. It's Gee he bear.
Yeah.
Guy Herbert.
We got to be at 4 minutes. No.
Surely.
Surely. You have any other acronyms you like? MVP. You ever know that one?
Most valuable primate.
Exactly.
You taught Cam upstairs about Kid and Play just today.
I love talking to Coom because it's like talking to, well, either I'm the alien or he's an alien. You know what? Both of us are aliens from different planets and we're both visiting Earth. And so it's nice to get a briefing from Cam about things I don't know about and in exchange teach him about 90s line dance rap.
And you made him listen to Summertime by Will Smith.
Great track.
Great
It's a
track.
great track.
All he knows about DJ Jazzy Jeff's he got tossed out of the house, I bet.
Oh, psh.
It's fun with Coom because if you ask him any follow-up questions about stuff he doesn't want to know about, he doesn't know anything.
No, he doesn't listen. You
No.
just turn around and walk
That
away.
Exactly.
guy tunes you out
The
immediately.
best. The best. Let's take a break. 4 minutes became 2 minutes. 2 minutes became 1 minute. Back after this real life podcast.
Have you got holes to dig, earth to pack, and roads to build? Then you need to call Japa Machinery Group. Does your equipment need a service? You can't fix stupid, but here at Japa Machinery Group, we can fix everything else. With a full range of parts to keep your equipment running smoothly. Japa Machinery Group is a family-operated and Alberta-grown business. Here to help build a bigger and better Western Canada. Give us a call or visit us at japamachinery.com. Japa Machinery Group. Join the family.
We're back. Real life podcast brought to you by our friends at Japa. Just heard a pre-produced ad, even though I was told earlier, no pre-produced ads today, Wanye. We had to take a break. We had to draw a line in the sand.
I thought we were going to talk about the old 650.
Well, there was a good Twitter debate about all the machinery and their weight and what they can do. Jabba got in. It was a Twitter feud.
They showed this megalodon of equipment. Did you see it, Wanya? It was the 990
Massive.
or something.
I didn't even know they went that high for numbers.
Oh, no. It was massive.
It can lift a skyscraper.
Couldn't tell you what it does.
Lift skyscrapers.
It had like a fence around it.
How would you move a skyscraper? The 990 from
It's the only
Jaffa.
thing. It's the only thing you could do.
Hey, it's me. I'm at the Ice District. I've changed my mind. I want that building across the street. Someone go get a 990. Bring it over here.
Yeah, Stan Tech wants to put their building by the old arena.
Yeah, 20 minutes later, you got a new arena district out in the middle of Sherwood Park. The 990 from Japa.
That's right.
The shit. Now we're
big
going
old
to talk.
rig.
Oh, yeah.
Move worlds.
Huge. Big rig. Bigger rig than Pat Maroon. That was a good tie-in.
Yeah, Miss Little Rig.
You know what? I'm over the big rig saga. Not the saga. The
Well, we
the
have to move
tenure.
forward.
I've moved on with Ty Ratty.
I've passed. No. Ooh, whoa.
What?
You've moved on from Ty Ratty?
No, to Ty Ratty.
Oh, to
I saw your
Ty Ratty,
Instagram
yes.
post. He is the answer.
He is the answer. I'm off. Maroon. I'm on to Ratty.
You
Now,
quickly move on from old Oilers, though.
You
I
got to,
admire that.
man. You got to. Either you're here or you're not. You're either, I'll quote Birdman, you're either in the huddle or you're out of the huddle. Once you're out of the huddle, you're out of the huddle. Nothing I can do. New guy in the huddle? How you doing? Ty Ratty? All right. Let's, whatever it is, that's the new thing.
Yeah, he's the guy.
The answer.
Here's
Well-
the answer.
We've got Dan here again to chime in. Dan was just on a Scandinavian and European adventure
It was.
that involved some Oktoberfesting.
Yes. Yeah.
How big? Like I've always imagined, and I don't obviously save all the good stuff for the other podcast that you're on.
This is a hype.
And tell the
Dan.
stories.
We're here to hype the other
We're
podcast.
here to tease it, but like I just want to know how big are these steins? Like I pitched like 17-liter steins.
They call them Ein Mass.
Wow,
They have
mass
a
meaning
special-
big.
They have a special name for them, and they hold about 3.5 beers
Hell yeah.
each.
Yeah,
But you got to power through that thing.
and
or
you
else it
double
gets hot.
fist.
And you don't take it lightly with those big beauties.
Nice.
Yeah, it was some delicious beer and great friends. I was walking around in my my '97 Connor McDavid orange jersey.
Respect.
So were you in a sea of hockey fans? Like how did that go down?
No, this was just a sea of beer drinkers.
Okay.
People in lederhosen and the one that the females wear, the dreidels.
Drysidles, yeah.
Yeah, the
Yes, well
Drysidles.
done.
Yes,
Yeah, the
yes.
Drysidles.
Just people recognizing me because of the orange and blue, and coming over to share a drink with an Oilers fan.
Now you had Bieber levels of fame on this trip. There's two things I want to talk about because I was like hearing everything secondhand from everybody. Like, did you hear about Dan's trip? Did you hear about 50,000 people lined up to talk to him one day at a bar? I want to hear about how you were this famous, and I want you to tell us the unabashed, unnice Dan version of the stories. Tell us the real deal. A kid cried when he met you.
Tell us how big you are in Europe.
Yeah, you're like
It was-
Hasselhoff in Germany.
Yeah,
It
you're,
was,
you're Daniel Hasselhoff.
It was hard to keep my head from swelling because it just everywhere I ended up showing up, there was always people there to talk to Dan from Oilers Nation. Now, I mean, I think we kind of lose the fact of how big we are around the world until you experience something like this. And I had people every day, at least one person would stop me on the street cold and just be like,
Jesus.
"Hey,
In a
are
foreign
you-
country.
are you Nation Dan?"
Now, were
Yeah.
they
What were you
they
wearing?
Canadians that were there, or were they locals?
To answer your question, Jay, I was usually wearing an Oilers jersey when they would recognize me. Always had the shorts on, so that was an easy giveaway. And then I would have Nation gear on if I didn't have the Oilers jersey on. To answer your question, Wanye, a lot of them were expatriate Canadians at some point in their life,
But they were living there.
but they live over in.
So
they
you're
live
walking
over
down the street
Sweden.
in Cologne. That's where they invented Cologne bag milk.
That's
is.
what I've heard.
It is.
And smelling great.
Yep.
And people who live in another country walk up and go, "Hey, Dan."
Yes. They'd be like,
Worst nightmare.
Are you Nation Dan?" And I would, of course, just kind of be shocked that they were even
shit.
recognizing me. Because I mean, I was doing this with I did that with Gene Principe. I was like, "Hey, Gene," and then he turned around at a streetlight and said hi, and it was awkward and all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But for me to get recognized, it was just, I view myself as just another fan, and I think we all kind of do that to a certain extent. But when you're just, it's hard to wrap your mind around it when you've got random people walking up to you on the street and
So tell, like, I heard stories about like European people read the Nation. Tell stories about that. That's crazy. What?
Yeah. So one of the things that kind of got hammered home to me by everybody, they would tell me, is, I mean, there's an 8-hour difference from Edmonton to where we were in Germany and Sweden. And so those guys and girls, when they're watching the Oilers, their options are go to bed at 7:00 at night and wake up at 4:00 in the morning and watch the Oilers get pumped by the St. Louis Blues 7-0. Or what they usually do is they will go to bed at a regular hour and then get up, watch maybe the end of the third period. Then they hop on over to Oilersnation.com and they read what Bag Milk had to say about the game. They read about what Gregor had to say about before the game, that kind of thing. So on the train ride into work, they're reading the Nation, and I think it's easy to kind of lose the fact that we're just
it's crazy, man.
We're just
You're blowing my
fans.
mind right now, Dan.
Yeah, and these guys love it, and they the German Facebook group, they post every one of our articles and they debate it, and they have a huge conversation about every article we write about.
Bag Milk, do we see this on our end?
No. Do they write in English or in German? Because I want to go in and argue.
They write in German, but you can translate.
Google
it through
Translate.
Facebook.
Get in the
Yeah.
mix.
So there is a
I'm gonna get in the mix.
German Oilers Facebook
Yep.
group of fans.
There's a Czech Oilers Facebook.
Do we
group
follow
of
all
fans.
these groups, Bag Milk?
We're going to.
We
We're going
love
to,
these
yes.
people.
Yeah, they're a phenomenal group of people.
Holy shit.
The German group has about 500 members in it, and the 100 or so members that came to Cologne that day, they had all met for the first time that day.
Oh, that's like
That's
the Nation.
so cool.
And then they came in and met me and were ecstatic.
We got to find a way to like talk to the admins of those groups.
Yep.
And send them like shit.
Oh, I've already got something in the works with the German
boy.
group for sure.
Good.
I'm
You're
sure
actually,
to
you know
get-
what? I found Edmonton Oilers fans Germany, and there's Dan at the header. You're the header image.
Yeah,
Wow.
We took we recreated the old Oilers Stanley Cup image with me as the goalie laying down in front and everybody putting up the one finger.
What on earth?
Yeah, it was so neat. Every country that we went to, you're meeting fans that are just as passionate as we are, if not more, because they're sticking with a team when they get no exposure to that team. They don't ever get to meet the players. They don't ever get to watch the team live, and they're still diehards like we are. So it's something impressive to behold.
That's incredible.
The Nation fucking rules.
Yeah.
And
Straight up.
the reason why it rules is because it's this awesome community. And that's what it is. And, from our end, we always see analytics. We see these big numbers, we see dots on a map, and you don't really see the reality of it. Sometimes, we have brunch parties at the Pint, but that's a really hyper local situation.
It's generally like our folk.
But like it's cool to hear that like there's other groups within this community that we're all a part of. That's all it is. This is a whole like crowd funded, fandom that this has become, and it's just so like I get goosebumps hearing that you can go there and just like connect and immediately have that like common ground to like be best buds.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what we kept talking about, and we'll go in more into it on the ON Radio podcast.
How do I subscribe to that?
On
Dan?
Friday,
How do I do this? How do
on
I find
Friday,
your show?
You can subscribe to us by going to SoundCloud. You can go to iTunes
Okay.
and look up ON Radio Podcast, but you can also follow us on all the social medias
Right.
at ON Radio Podcast. And
Now,
and
Dan, I'm
follow
on
us there.
Musically, and I do not see Owen podcast.
That's coming soon.
I'm looking for you on MySpace. Where is your MySpace page?
I'm actually trying to find MySpace as well.
We're only on Friendster.
Oh, of course.
Excellent.
My Nexopia page is always updated.
Still.
But yeah, to what you were saying, Jay, it's just it's so interesting to be a part of a fan base where you could have not known a person for your entire life. You meet, and all of a sudden you have this common ground that you can kind of share your opinions on and argue and discuss with. And it's great.
Now, here's the question.
I have a question too. I think yours is going to be funnier.
Is Tyree the answer in overseas as well?
I'll say that they do tend to shade towards their own countrymen. So the German group would believe that Tobias Rieder is the answer.
I like that. That's
Could
good.
be the answer.
Leon Draisaitl. They are still upset about Ralph Kruger getting fired.
That was like
fair.
8 coaches ago. Shut up, Germany. Now, what do they think about Draisaitl?
They love him.
I thought that's what you were going to ask. I thought you were going to say, what do they think about Draisaitl?
They absolutely
Too
love
obvious.
him, and they want him. They want him to be able to have his chance to run his own line.
Have his chance.
Have his chance,
He's getting $8
yes.
million a year.
Jesus
He's
Christ.
getting
Yes.
his chance.
I also
he
want
wants
that
his,
chance.
he wants a shot. So yeah, they absolutely adored him over there. Tobias Rieder, the same thing. And that's one thing with the German fans that's like really apparent is that it doesn't matter where you are in the lineup. If you're the first player on the team or you're the 16th guy on the team, you are just as important. And they treat everybody on that Cologne team like they're all gods. Ryan Jones is a god just as much as Steve
good for him.
Pinziato is a god. It's amazing to see.
If I'm the Oilers, if I'm the OEG, and I'm sitting there in the new arena offices with all their new bathrooms and the cool stall doors I'm sure that they have, which are probably high quality.
Florida roof urinals, I bet.
Upgrades from your standard stall walls, guaranteed. I'm sitting there, I'm looking at maps, I'm looking at data points of people who are coming to EdmontonOilers.com. You got to do stuff to encourage those fan groups to proliferate.
Whoa! And they didn't even bring enough gear for the fans. They ran out of clothing and equipment and mini sticks and pucks by the end of the first period.
Now, I don't view that as a bad thing.
I think that's good.
I think that if they would have ran out well before the event, I would have been like, shame on you. But like, to
if
make
they
it
had-
into the game, that's pretty good. They would probably sold a ton of stuff.
But
Or if they had way too much. Do you know what I mean?
they
And
did
nobody
have
bought
way
anything.
too much for the Sweden game.
They had way too much
They
for
had,
Sweden.
they had a lot of stuff left over after the Sweden game.
Swedes are used to putting it together themselves, though. Am I right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
One time I went to the Puff Daddy Snoop Dogg concert in Madison Square Gardens. It was the 20th anniversary of the Vibe Awards when they almost all killed each other. Puff Daddy, who owned Sean John, one of the best merchandisers in the game, his gear didn't even arrive during the concert. And there was a guy sitting in front of an empty Sean John booth going, sorry, nothing. That is when you fucked up on your merchandising.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
And Diddy's not happy about that.
Oh,
Somebody
no,
got fired on that one.
Oh, for sure they did. Diddy don't play.
Oh, no.
Tell me about the story when a kid cried, Dan. I noticed that you clearly glossed over that cleverly.
So I was in a bar listening to Uffe Bodin's big podcast over there.
He's very famous.
In
Love
all
Uffe.
Swedish.
Love-
he
love
sold out a 4-story bar. Everybody bought tickets to come
Really?
listen to his podcast.
Wow.
For
Bought
real?
tickets?
Yes. Yeah.
Jeez,
I can just hear Jay right now. Where's there a 4-story bar in Edmonton?
I just realized we're talking about bringing people, mobilizing fans and coming to watch the product. Uffe is going to be in town 2 weeks,
With all the Swedes.
so we should have him come back on the podcast and talk about
Hopefully, we have
being
enough
super
room.
cool and
Hopefully it's
well-dressed.
4 stories
Yeah,
and you
we
can
have enough
charge.
room for the Uffe Nation.
So
But yeah, so I ran into one of his fans after the podcast was over, and his name was Simon, and he wanted to snap a picture with me because his younger brother Carl absolutely loves the nation and loves me.
hold on. A German guy walks up to you, wants
Nope,
to take
Swedish.
Swedish guy wants to hang out with you
Yep.
because he knows who you are,
Yep.
and his little brother really likes you.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, and so we talked for a little bit, snapped a selfie with him, and then I introduced him to a couple of other Swedes that I was there watching the podcast with, and then I had to take off. And then the next day, because the Oilers had no official get together or anything for fans, I just said, if you want to come hang out before the game, and then we'll head down together, come back to this bar. And so we had about 40 or 50 fans show up for that. And who else showed up but Simon and his younger brother Carl. And Carl got a little emotional when he met the nation, Dan.
What? How old is Carl?
Carl,
Just
I think
refer to
he was
yourself in
about
the third
13.
person.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is getting
If
to your
people
head.
cry when they meet you, you can do that though.
Yeah,
12,
touche.
12 or 13, and Carl was just excited to meet me, and he was real quiet. But I don't know. I'm just a humble guy. Like I don't think of myself as anything more than just an Oilers fan. So I was just as excited to meet him as he was to meet me.
That's crazy.
So yeah,
And then once again, the nation rules.
I am so glad I never put my face on anything. Because if that happened to me, I'd be like, what's this? My leg seems to have broken in half. I'd best leave and go to the hospital with fake injuries until this entire trip blows over.
well, and I mean, it was like this is just me working at the Nation for a year. It's just the power of the Nation is something that's special, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Wow. I can't take this in stride, Jay. You're like, oh yeah, whatever. One time I was in the Maldives and the guy walked up to me.
No,
That's insane.
It's compelling. No, it's awesome. It's like super cool. Like when Dan came back, because those are stories that like you can't really capture while you're there, but like coming and hearing them, just like wow, like all this was like worth it, and just sounds like it's just I don't know. It's just always cool and like humbling to hear that like this thing that started here talking to no one is now a thing where you can walk down the street in Gothenburg, Germany and be recognized
and make the front page of the newspaper.
and make the front page.
Yes.
Oh, geez. You want to talk about ultimate accolades? Like, well done, Dan. This is a public thanks to Dan for getting the Nation on the front page of the Gothenburg newspaper.
And to Dan's credit too, I was checking out the Nation messages, just DMs on Twitter and on social media, and people are like, "Hey, can you just say thanks to Dan for a really good showing and being such a nice dude and not
Here's what I
being
need you to do, Dan.
Nation.
Yep. I need you to, every time this happens, I don't give a good shit who likes us. I want $5 from every single person you're talking to. Oh, you like that? You read $5. Oh, your little brother's crying? $5. You need to be like Pete Rose post gambling expulsion from MLB, who will alienate everybody who sees Pete Rose because he wants you to charge.
Like a fringe, like a fringe Star Trek actor at
Exactly.
I was going to say
At a Comic
Shatner.
Con.
Shatner.
Yeah.
I paid my $250 to meet Pete Rose 3 years ago.
What?
What?
Oh, no.
Jeez,
That's how you got to do it.
play a 2 minute
Do not
game
play
at
the
Dice
long
Alone?
game. Do not play the nice game. Do not play the Canadian game. Play the very short game, meme
Monetize
monetization
now.
game.
Yeah.
Like the Athletic having a party at the rec room. You got to do that shit. You got to have events, but it's not enough to have people come out. You want to look me in the eye? That'll be €3 straight up.
Yeah, I was trying to actually have lunch with Willis that week he was in town.
Too busy.
Couldn't make it happen.
Couldn't make it happen.
Guy was at the morning skates talking to Todd McClellan.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Dan, more on the Oilers Nation podcast.
Yes,
Oilers
Well-
Nation Radio every single Friday, Daniel.
this Friday.
Good to have you home.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My other question I was going to ask, which we'll have to talk about later on, was were there any girls at these parties? But we won't talk about it right now because Jared's got his finger in the air and we got to go to break. See you later. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, guys.
SumoJerky.com. You've been through the gas station. You've seen all the flavors, teriyaki, black pepper, maybe extra hot, sweet chili. That's about as exotic as it gets. But if you subscribe to Sumo Jerky at SumoJerky.com, check them out online, enter your preferences. They source out the finest small batch handcrafted maw and paw jerky from all over the world. They have all your favorite flavors, but it's high quality, handcrafted versions of your favorite flavors, and they get exotic as well. Exotic jerky from exotic animals, or play it straight and stick with beef. Enter your preferences at SumoJerky.com. It shows up once a month. Deliver it as a gift if you like. Have it sent to your work for a little pick-me-up during the day. SumoJerky.com. Follow them on Instagram at SumoJerky for pictures of their meat, or sign up for the service yourself. SumoJerky.com. Once a month, meat delivered right to your door. It's the home delivery service you didn't realize you need until it started showing up. My favorite day of the month is Sumo Jerky Delivery Day. SumoJerky.com to get
We're
started.
back. Real life podcast brought to you by SumoJerky.com, the #1 rated beef jerky of the month club. It has arrived at Nation HQ today.
It did?
It was a big day.
Big unboxing upstairs.
Oh.
Don't know what an unboxing. We'll have it at the house.
I left the office for 2 hours.
You've got your own
And
second
it
shipment.
slides right in.
You
Good
got-
flavors this month.
You got your
All I
own.
have to say is
coming out.
FML, guys. I'm deeply offended.
We tried the unboxing. We'll see how that goes.
Chris did an excellent job of unwrapping, I guess.
I got to get going on this. Like, I got my list of things to do every week. Look at Connor's hair. Imagine what Connor smells like. You know, that type of shit. But I also got to get going on the Sumo social media content. It's hard, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to make beef jerky content. I think I can roll with a lot of different punches and shit, but like I've got people making me jerky memes. I think I got to do more contesting.
It's got to keep pumping.
It'd be cool
I know,
to
I
get
just-
behind the scenes stuff.
All of our stuff, that's true. But there's nothing to see. It's a problem, right?
Yeah. That'd kind of be interesting. Like, I assume they have big machines that slice.
Oh, from the suppliers?
Yeah.
That's a lot that's pretty far upstream our supply chain. Here's how Sumo Jerky works. I run ads on Facebook with a guy in Flint, Michigan. His name's Walt. Great guy. Walt runs all the Facebook campaigns and all the Google AdWords campaigns, predominantly in the southern US. The orders come in. We have a lady who lives in Ohio. She looks into the jerky. We ship it all to northern Long Island, I believe, or southern New Jersey. I'm not quite sure how it all works. And then they ship it all out. There is nothing there worth filming. It's boring to talk about.
I used to watch that show, How It's Made on Discovery. I just figured they got some cool machines.
Well, I could go down to our friends at Wilhock and pretend that's the Sumo Jerky offices. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, see?
I got to figure something out. I might go celebrity endorser route. I've started to make contact with a few D-level celebrities online. I'm going to shoot maybe for a C. See who's got the chops to make some content.
Like Ronnie from Jersey Shore.
Something like that. It's tough. Like I was honestly...
Situation needs some money.
Oh, situation needs money and jerky.
Oh,
You know, he could trade that jerky where he's at now.
Jeez.
I've gone and looked at some rappers managers to see what they would take, people who have audiences. The problem is you got to find a demo that's prepared to spend good money on jerky every month.
Who doesn't like jerky?
Rockefellers. I think there's a third Gates child there in there somewhere.
Howard Buffett.
Tito Gates. Yeah. Howard Buffett. Elon Musk's brother.
Yeah, there's a
Kimball.
Kluge Kardashian. The one they hide in the basement.
Yeah. I think I need to like team up with those like private jet accounts on Instagram because the only people who can afford beef jerky month to month are people who are flying PJ.
Hi, I'm Gary Clooney. Here for sumo jerky.
Oh, go on.
Yeah.
In Australia, they ran a huge, I think it was for Virgin Mobile campaign with Brad Pitt's brother.
Doug Pitt.
Yeah. And like it caught fire.
Yeah.
Like Doug Pitt is huge in Australia.
Nation Dan in Germany popular?
Could be.
Is it good to be
We all
Doug
aspire.
Pitt?
Oh, it probably takes a while to be comfortable that you are Doug Pitt.
Like
Yeah, I would
Brad
think so.
Pitt himself is in his 50s.
Yeah.
Has Doug now kind of hit his groove? For sure being popular in Australia helps.
Oh, it definitely helps. It's like Good Charlotte. Australia saved them as well.
Yeah, and they're like spokesmen for KFC and they're
like,
vegans.
they're huge. Exactly.
So bizarre.
It doesn't. Yeah.
It's because they were on like
political.
weren't they on like
The Voice.
Yeah, The Voice Australia.
Australian Voice. Mm-hmm. Just
And one of
proves
them
you.
was married to Sophie Monk as well.
Oh, that'll do it. Mm-hmm. Didn't the other one marry Cameron Diaz?
Cameron Diaz, yeah.
Man,
Well, no, the one that married Cameron Diaz was the one that was married to Sophie Monk, who's because the brother
hold up. How can you be married to one lady and then another lady?
the divorce. Unfortunately, they don't last.
Celebrities.
You know,
They can do whatever
These
they want.
Celebrity marriages because
Leaving
Nicole
one?
Ricci and
I'm sorry, Nicole Ricci.
yeah, she's married to one of the Manning brothers.
Nicole Ricci is married to one of.
What did
those
I say?
weirdo- Ricci,
Which is
Well,
like
whatever.
Mike Ricci of the Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh, yeah.
Christine Ricci. Christina
nice.
Ricci. Who is
Yes, Nicole
Wednesday
Ricci.
Addams.
There you go, Nicole Ricci.
Like Byron Ricci.
She was married to Joel Madden, wasn't she? It
Joel
still
Madden,
is, isn't she?
Yep. Benji Madden's married to Cameron Diaz.
And are they all related to Madden of Madden football?
I assume so.
no,
sure.
no, yeah. You got to get after Steve Madden.
Oh,
That's
you want the
guy.
shoes?
You want the shoes? You want the? That guy's got the.
That guy
guy's got
started
the
that
money.
video game and did the.
The Madden family is really the Madden family. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate power family. They're the true Rothschilds of our world.
If you can invent a shoe line and make the #1 football video game, you are
And
doing.
launch Good Charlotte.
yeah.
And marry Nicole Ricci. Wink.
See?
Interesting.
Nicole Ricci.
I was playing with my pen and the lid shot off, and I was scared it went in my latte. And then I thought, what if I drink this latte and choke? You're going to think I'm still laughing about Nicole Ricci.
That would have been a good podcast moment.
A death, finally.
Finally, a death on real life. Real death.
Real death, yeah. Well, it is real life. Some people die.
You know what I'm proud about at this point in the show?
Go ahead.
Haven't talked about a thing on our list. This
No,
has got to be a
actually,
record.
you know what?
Well,
I
we
was-
got Dan in.
That's true.
A little bit later than we were supposed to.
That's true.
Yeah. I was thinking about the article and I was like, the podcast where they set up an outline and don't follow any of it.
That's every episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's like when you write up the episode, you're like, this week things went off the rails. I think you can just like, it goes without saying that
Yeah.
off the rails.
I like them to know it's off the rails.
That is the structure.
Oh, yeah.
There is no structure.
Jackson Pollock.
I was on Bag Milk's hosted ON Radio podcast on Friday.
Oh, wow.
And that thing, if it's record time, like if you go down the podcast, it's 52-minute podcast. We spent 52 minutes talking, and that's it. Like it's like you're in, you're out. It's structured. It's like bang, 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 and done.
I'm a
Is that-
drill sergeant.
Is
On
that better than
topic.
this? Do you like it better structured or do you like this jam session we
Well,
call real life?
I like both.
It's different because I like this one because we just riff and shoot the shit. That one we have to talk with her, so it's kind of, we fall off the rails again. Like, what are you going to do? We spent 15 minutes talking about the bathrooms at Sherwood Ford, which are pristine, by the way.
Like not Rogers OEG office is nice.
No. They don't have floor to ceiling urinals.
Florida ceiling here.
Also, shout out the Nation truck. We haven't talked about that on real life
Oh,
yet.
Jesus.
Sherwood Ford has dropped a.
Speaking of floor to ceiling things,
Wow, just saying.
It's gigantic.
It's
like living with Gravedigger.
If you live in Edmonton, you have seen the Nation truck by now.
Oh man, Jay was driving, I would say eastbound on Jasper and I was coming the other way. And I just cracked up laughing from 2 blocks away because you can just see this beacon driving towards you. It's hilarious.
It's a statement.
I love it.
Let's pretend just for a moment. Let's pretend somebody in this room had gotten a letter from some sort of sporting organization in the last 4 months. And they're like, hey, guy, we're going to put you in jail for the rest of your life. And that guy, not me, was like, oh, what are these guys mad about? And they're like, this giant nation truck. And then we come back at them with one that's jacked up and has a spotlight on the top and says, please direct all lawsuits to wanyegretz@gmail.com. Damn, it's eye-catching.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Come at me, bro. I'll run you over.
So now you've had some time to drive both.
I love it.
Of course you do.
Well, but it actually do. It's they did such a good job with it. Like it's like this F-150's got like all of like the features in it and stuff. It's super cool.
It's
I
Pimp My Ride quality, right?
Well, that's the thing. I had like when they did the reveal, I looked at it. I was like, I turned around and looked at it. I was like, oh my God, like I'm actually speechless. And they're recording this. I'm like, I don't know what to say, but I did make I'm like, now I know what those people feel like.
I made a
Pimp My Ride.
45-minute speech, yeah.
Yeah.
You said you liked popcorn. We put a popcorn popper in the back of your
We've been
Civic.
listening. Yeah, no, they went big on it. It's super cool.
I watched a documentary about what happened to the Pimp My Ride cars like 6-8 months
Oh, yeah,
later.
people had to sell them like
It's
crazy.
the best. Most of them didn't run. You couldn't reinsure them. Or MTV took a lot of the stuff out after production was over.
God.
Well, I'm going to nurture this thing. It's
You got to do some IG stories of the inside.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Well, we got a ton of content. Like the boys shot like an hour's worth of footage of inside and out and around and upside
People
down.
taking photos of it at the party like it was the Eiffel Tower.
Well, yeah. When you got a truck like that, I feel like rules don't apply, and I parked that thing on the sidewalk outside of the Pint, and to make a statement, because that truck in itself is a statement.
It deserved it.
And it deserved it, warranted, and no tickets. So clearly, like law enforcement was scared to ticket it.
They respected it.
Yeah, because that truck, it barks.
I'd like to take 2007 us and hollow travel us to 2018 in front of the Pint, where Bag Milk's sitting on the steps with an audience of 2,500 people watching him eat beets.
That was also very odd.
And you've got Gravedigger parked right outside the door and be like, you won't even believe what the future looks like and who the president is.
Eventually,
No, you won't.
yeah, you guys were talking to yourself in the comment section, and then now Jay's driving around in, as you mentioned, Gravedigger's truck.
I feel like you ever watch a show about business or you see like a profile of a business and there's always like the old grandpa founder who's like, I remember when we only sold 2 pairs of shoes and now we're the guys who were Steve Madden and made that football video game. I'm rapidly turning into that dude. My brain just will never, it's like Connor being an Oiler. My brain will never process that as being real. There's times I'm watching online, I just happen to remember like, Jesus.
Yeah, it sometimes doesn't feel real.
Even from the time I started here 5 years ago, the things that have changed.
It's weird, man. We can't get super douchey. Like Dan's obviously the least douchey guy in the world, but he's like, I just think of myself as an Oilers fan. I'm like, motherfucker, you are an Oilers fan. What are you talking about? But then I realize if a kid cried when he met me, I'd have to check my reality myself too.
If a kid cried when he met me, I would smoke bomb and run the other way.
I couldn't handle it.
I couldn't handle
I could not handle that trip that Dan had. I could not handle that. I would freak the fuck out and not leave my hotel room.
Even when I was doing the beat cast on the stairs at the Pint, there was 10 people around or whatever. And I'm like, guys, just do me a favor. They're like, no, we know the shtick. Nobody knows. And everybody was super cool about it. And it was just really weird, odd experience.
And you did a good job. Like you interviewed everyone around you. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to.
You made it a fun experience for
What are you
everyone.
going to do?
Yeah.
Oilers ruined our party, so we're going to throw our own party.
Well, that's a good segue. Should we talk about this tire fire that we're experiencing?
We're one game in, boys. We're one game in. Everybody's
that's what
tripping balls.
Very last podcast, last week on our podcast, we had Travis Dakin in, fan who got naked for Sam Gagner, promised us Wanye.
I was very threatening in my own
You were
Canadian
threatening.
way. I said, knock this shit off, Dakin. He didn't listen.
You told him. And what has he done? One loss. He's in my DMs and he's freaking out. He didn't listen. The world is falling. Jesse Pugliarvi got moved down, which annoyed me, admittedly. I'm okay with it because let's see how it plays out. No, it is one game. We are ignoring the other 81. And this is done again.
Here's what we need to
Still
do.
got a chance.
When the
course we
Oilers
do.
lose, if you've seen a particularly self-defeating Dakin tweet, I need you to meme it. Okay.
Oh, we should do that.
So you got to take
put 'em on
like
blast.
Oilers lose 7-2, and then a Dakin tweet like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I'm raising my daughters in a world where the Oilers lose 7-2 to the Mighty Ducks." And then a GIF of a kid getting hit by a train or something. Not his kids, Dakin.
oh, yeah.
Metaphorically,
Dakin getting hit by a meme train.
Yeah.
an actual head of Dakin.
Bus of memes.
Of course. We could put him on, like, Thomas the Tank Engine, and he's just running shit down.
Yeah, we
Right?
got to.
I like it.
Of course
got
we're
to.
going to.
Okay.
How can we not?
We've got a thing.
Yeah, so it's going to be a thing.
One day, German children will cry when they meet you too, Bag Milk. You'll see.
That'll be for a different reason.
What did we think about the game?
It was really cool to be in Sweden, man. I mean, at the end of
Yep.
the day, it's like the Heritage Classic. Yes, we lost that too, and it still stings. But at the end of the day, they're over in Europe. A whole bunch of people get to see Connor. A whole bunch of people got to see Leon. We got to see Ryan Jones with his haircut. Overall, man, it was a really cool experience. What the fuck?
What? Speaking of that Cologne game, friend of the show, friend of the nation, Brandon Davidson tagged Steve Pinizzato in a couple of my Instagram posts while the game was on. Wow. So I enjoyed that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. There you go.
It's hard seeing him walking the red carpet in Chicago.
Oh, but he looked fresh though.
Well, of
that
course
like
he did.
purple suit or whatever.
Red.
Was it red?
He said red is my color.
Okay. I don't know about red.
Miss Davey. Well, I thought, it's cool that they go there. It's good for the game. It's awesome for Scandinavians to go and
There we
flock
go.
and see
There we go.
Connor. Oh no, and like I said,
Game
I'm
successful.
I'm still optimistic about the season. Like totally, it's just one game. I'm just annoyed at the game in the sense of they didn't show up.
No.
Yeah, that second period where they went like 14 minutes, 15 minutes without a shot.
That's it. Like that's all I get mad about. Is like just show up. I don't care if you lose, but like lose the right way. Like try. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just they couldn't get it together.
Nobody cares if you lose. But if you go balls out and the goalie steals one or, something just doesn't go your way, then fine. That's sports.
How nobody with no shots on net for 11 minutes, is what you said?
They had one shot in the whole second period.
Yeah,
I
one
think.
shot in the whole second period.
How somebody on that bench doesn't come onto the ice and run a guy over.
Or just clap one from
a
wherever.
guy over.
They're trying to be cute.
Mike Greer, a guy.
Oh, that's good.
Mike
I like
Greer
that.
would come out and run guys over.
Fuck
Remember?
yeah.
Yeah.
He'd
Remember
put you through
Jason
the glass.
Arnott? He would run a guy over.
Jason Smith.
He'd run a guy
he would
over.
eat a guy.
Steady Steve Stajos. He'd run a guy over.
And then he'd rim it around the boards.
Have they gotten rid of running guys over, Jay, because they're drinking the pink and they have trainers and whatnot?
Well, apparently, if you run a guy over now, you get 20 games.
Oh, you should have heard the heated debate on Oilers Nation radio. Jay was fired up about the Tom Wilson suspension. Real fired up.
So
On the
a lot
bright
of guys-
side, how about doors opening at the Pine at 10 a.m.
Oh,
and we have 50 people outside waiting?
what?
yeah.
It was ridiculous.
It was unreal.
We used to only sell 2 pairs of shoes, and one was to my auntie. There was
Yeah.
50 people waiting in line to get into the party?
Yeah.
Oh, easily.
They were lined up. They were politely waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Nation fans, good people.
Somebody DM me on Instagram and said, really good party. No one's at Hudson's right now. And then the devil emoji.
Yeah. Well,
That's how good it was. It was
So-
trash talk the neighbors good.
That's right.
how about the Donaire review after the party? A hot mess.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one will come out right away. And I'm interested to see how it takes.
A hot mess.
I was a little and whatever, I'll share my concerns. It's only they're all with myself. I'm just like I'm gonna have a video of me drunk out there on the internet. And I'm not bad, but I'm crushing a Donaire intoxicated.
Aren't you glad that when we were in our fulcrum days of partying, which doesn't mean what some people think it means, that there was no record of any of that shit?
That's probably better. Like
It is,
this
man. This is fine because you're already turned out
This is
great.
drunk. Yeah, this is drunk Jay Light.
18-year-old Jay rumbling behind Cowboys on World Star, and you still can't live it down 6 years later. Like,
I think it's. I think this one will be funny. I think. Have you watched it, Big Mom?
I've only seen my own footage, which is a complete nightmare.
you're in this show?
No. There was 3 cameras going.
Oh yeah.
There was a main camera, which was Jared. Then we had Ian, our friend from Nate, who's helping us out on social. He was filming on the other side, and I'm in tight on everybody. I think it's hilarious when you're super in tight, like office style.
Oh.
So
Bag Milk has an angle on me taking a close up of me taking a bite.
If you're doing beat casts in
And it's
front of
incriminating.
people and you're in tight on the Donaire reviews, I'm just preemptively congratulating you on people recognizing you within 12 months.
Oh, it's the worst best kept secret or best worst kept secret.
Well, that was like what I was saying when I'm doing the beat cast. I'm like, okay, everybody that's here, I'm recording.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Everybody knows my shtick, and everybody's like, no, I got it.
But you're already so far out in the public eye at this point in this story.
Yeah.
Nah.
And Coombe put you on blast.
Yeah, Coombe put me on blast.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting at home, tweeting, watching the game.
But here's the problem. When I get to the level that I was at on Saturday,
don't care.
I was well toasted. I don't care. No. I'm going out meeting people. I'm hugging fools. Like, I don't know. What are you going to do?
We are supposed to grow old and Howard Hughesian together. And we're supposed to, when the Oilers Cup parade happens, we're supposed to be at La Ronde with the thing completely rented out because we don't trust anyone's germs. Instead, you're going to be the Grand Marshal of the parade.
No, I don't think so. I don't like it.
Well,
because I'm sober right now. Is the problem.
Exactly. Yeah. Drunk bag milk is non-caring of his visage.
Well, because there was one guy who was... and it was a sneaky fucking ploy this guy did at the pint. He was near our section because the nation tables are labeled, and he yells out bag milk, and I turned, and he's like, aha!
Genius.
It was genius.
It's very simple, folks.
I was impressed.
Lay those traps out. You'll smoke out who bag milk
There's
is.
just like a bag milk plastic jug holder there with like a string attached to it. And you're like, how convenient. And then they pull it away from you.
Kind of.
Maybe
Only
that's what
a
you should
bag.
do. You should have a body double that is a bag of milk with a little name tag, even though it's pretty self-explanatory. Sure. Just have it there sitting there.
Do you remember that time that there was the guy at the pint who was saying he was me and he was buying everybody drinks and then tried to not hand his bill in and not pay?
Really?
Yeah. And Rick was like, you're Wanye. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, and then paid his bill.
It was a ballsy though. That
thought
was like
I'd
the
sent him
dude. What was that? Like that was one of the first times I was on Real Life where I told that story of a guy who DM'd me and he's like, "Hey man, great meeting you last night." I was like, "Huh? I didn't leave my couch.
Unbelievable.
I was buying bag milk beers last night at the pint." It's like, "No, you weren't."
Shooters got to shoot.
Shooters got to shoot. Shoot your shot.
Amen.
On
that
that-
guy's living a better life than I am though. I don't
Fake
get
bag milk?
Yeah, I don't get no free drinks out of the bar.
He's taking the €3 to take photos of the kids.
You got to.
I might start.
If I'm Dan, I'm holding up like a circle, like a cardboard circle in front of my head that says €3.
Yeah.
If you want that circle gone, you want to take a photo,
It happens.
better hit me with a trio. That's what they call a €3 bill. It doesn't exist. A trio.
A trio, of course.
$3 bill, y'all.
Boys,
Great
we got to
Limp Bizkit
bounce,
album.
but let's do best and worst just in case Yukon's listen. I got to go for lunch with him tomorrow. And if he says to me, did you do your best and worst this week, Wanye? I got to say yes.
Don't we have another break?
Nope. We've only had 2 breaks. We have another break. Oh, dear. We should really rename this podcast Off the Rails. We'll be back after this, guys. Hope you want to listen to some more shit. Real life podcast.
Alberta is where you find hard-working hands. Where prairie-grown rye meets mountain spring water. Where we pull dragons from the ground. And we choose Rig Hand Distillery. Vodka, whiskey, gin, and more. Rig Hand is made from Alberta-grown ingredients, locally distilled and distributed. It's a bottle of Alberta. Ask for award-winning Rig Hand in your liquor store and visit righanddistillery.com.
We're back. Real life podcast.
Sometimes Clapton plays a 10-minute solo, man.
Hey, do you know how long the drum solo in Inagata Davida is?
Fuck yeah.
Super long. I remember reading in Rolling Stone in junior high that Axl Rose had lost his mind and he was recording an 8-minute song with the London Philharmonic. And he'd rented the opera hall or wherever the hell they perform. And they were just making this 7-minute song with the symphony. That was November Rain.
Hell of a song. Closed out every junior high dance I ever attended.
Did he lose his mind or did he make it happen for Guns N' Roses?
I saw Guns N' Roses last summer. They were great. Fantastic.
Axl Rose looks...
Swollen. Axl Rose ate Axl Rose is what happened.
He got situationed.
Oh man, did he ever.
Situations in the clink.
They need a custom-made cell for him now.
Why is that?
He's no longer... I don't think he can call himself the situation anymore.
Oh, has he put on some LBs?
Is he?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking
I was
about?
never a Jersey Shore guy.
Oh.
Is that what
Which
you're
is surprising.
saying?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that saying?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's...
Situation thick.
Yeah, he's thick. There's no more G in the GTL.
Oh, it's just
no.
ETL, Eat-Tan Laundry.
Yeah.
Situation. How could you?
Yeah.
Not paying your bills, letting yourself go.
Exactly.
Sloppy bastard.
He made $8.4 million in appearance fees in 3 years.
Wow.
And then Brother Situation and him were like, no, we didn't. Wink. And the IRS was like, oh, yes, you did. Slammer.
Man. Wow. $8.4 million to go hang out with the Situation. Like over the span of 3 years.
Over the span of 3 years. Endorsements. He had
Endorsements, yeah. He had a
book
vodka
deal.
or something. Did he have like a protein vodka or something?
Yeah.
Because I never understand those. Like, all three of us are Big Brother guys.
Uh-huh.
But when they tour, I'm not going to Knoxville's to hang out with you.
No.
I don't care.
I
They are
don't.
coming to Edmonton right away.
They
Of
always
course they
do.
are.
To the ranch.
Yeah.
They always do. I think who did I see?
Although I might go meet JC. Like if JC
I'd love
comes,
to
I
see
might go.
JC. I would love to go. If you want to go to see JC, I'll go with you. Legit.
the issue about that is these people think they've cured cancer.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
and it's
JC?
just are unbearable.
I will go to my long, dusty part of my phone of club managers, and I will get us backstage to meet JC.
Oh man.
If he comes, let me know.
Just say yeah, Toos. Just say it one time.
Just say it one time.
Just for me.
Okay, fine, but you have to pay €8. I knew it, JC.
Yeah. Well, that's the situation where you have to do that.
Yeah.
I remember when BB Canada came out, and there's now it's Canada, so it's now more in our backyard. And there's a few people from Edmonton, and so like you catch wind of like the social media stuff, and they've changed all their handles are now like BB Dave and BB Katie,
Oh, yeah.
Nation
And
Dan.
and they're just talking to each other like they're this like
That's what we do, man. You can't hate on them. They're doing exactly what we do.
no, we don't do that.
We don't?
Sure, we talk to each other, but we're talking about like a sport we love or just being about
They're
fans.
talking
not-
about their
not-
show.
What's that?
Aren't they talking about their show and stuff?
No, they're talking just about being awesome.
Oh.
They're like, oh, like they'll like do some like hilarious plug, like, oh, BB Steve, feel like going to Knoxville's tonight for blah blah blah. Like,
Yeah, they're
and you're just
shouting their shit out.
I get it. They got to monetize because they got 15 minutes to
Exactly.
do it. But I'm just like,
Yeah. Like how long can you reasonably cash in on that?
Till the next season.
depends. There's a few. Well, it depends. There's a few like, well, Will's done well.
Of
He was
course.
also
Yeah, he's a
legit
Dr. Will.
doctor.
No, but I know, but they keep bringing him back. Jeff's
Handsome
done
devil.
well. They keep bringing him back. He hosts like an after show or something like that. Love Jeff. Who else? Rachel somehow keeps kicking around in the mix somewhere.
Mike
yeah.
Boogie came back.
Yeah, he
Mike
came back,
Boogie
but
really needs money.
yeah,
Does he?
Oh yeah, he went bankrupt from that restaurant, Ledoux or whatever. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
He owes a shit ton of money.
That happens, man.
Hey.
It happens. A couple bad days in the beef jerky market. Your boy Wanya going to do the same. He'll be like, well, I don't know what happened, Bag Milk. I took all the money and left.
Well, I just love the idea that you come out of the BB house and you open a restaurant because you're like, I'm a restaurant guy now.
gotta cash in.
Fuck yeah. Ledoux, son.
Just go after those appearance fees, man.
what you
$8
gotta
million
get.
bucks will set you up for life.
Like
Unless
I remember,
you don't pay tax on it, then it might get you life.
yeah. So I remember vividly last year, Jessica and Cody from Big Brother were here at Knoxville. So I'm like, who's going to go to that? First of all, Cody doesn't want to talk to any of you assholes. You just must be, although watching him be super miserable while you make him uncomfortable would be really fun.
While you
That would-
sip
yeah.
on a vodka slime.
Oh, yeah.
It's creepy to me that dude from The Office does a comedy music tour. What the hell? Creed.
Scott
You know-
Stapp is doing a
No.
traveling
You
musical.
know the guy from The Office that has a shaved head? Creed. He's like,
Oh yeah, the old guy.
yeah. He does comedy and music, and when I went to Future Islands at Union Hall, the next show they were hyping was him. And now I've got this weird Unsolved Mysteries level video that keeps popping up on my Instagram, sponsored for his show, because I looked online. It's like, hey, Edmonton, come and see me. And he's like jacked. Like, it is fun.
He's gone the Carrot Top route.
It is weird. And he's like comedy. Like, he's the grumpiest guy.
I'd go see Carrot Top.
Creed? Would you see Creed?
Fuck yeah.
What?
Can you take me higher? Like real Creed or this guy?
No.
I
this
love
guy.
Creed.
Nah.
That would actually be funny to do to interns. It'd be like, make them go and review the wackest concerts of all. Like, you got to go see the guy from, and then like talk to people in the crowd. Like, do you really love The Office? I won these tickets on a bus. Oh, there we go.
I have never seen one episode of The Office,
Whoa!
American or English.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
Take that.
It's amazing what people will go to. I remember for a while we wrote the software that did the ticketing at River Cree.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to see who would buy tickets to what, right? Because that's like the data on our platform. And Dog the Bounty Hunter did a Q&A at River Cree and was paid an ungodly sum of money because we could see that too. And we're like, who the hell would want to? People go.
Did you see that Dog is now in like a PSA in California or something because they're trying to limit the ability of bounty hunters?
Oh,
Really?
geez.
So
now-
he's like sold out and gone anti-bounty hunter?
No. He's saying we need to stop this vote, and he's listing all the things that bounty hunters do. So he's
Like
rounded up
hunt
all.
Boba Fett?
Oh, so
Exactly.
they're trying to like stop having bounty hunters, period.
Yeah, they're trying to like really limit what they can do or whatever. So all the TV bounty hunters got together for a commercial.
You do not want to fuck with the TV bounty hunters.
No, they're like the Avengers for bounty hunting.
Who was that guy who's like basically dog light, but he's an exterminator?
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah. No, I've watched.
He's
That.
like
I wish I
Joker?
could remember what it. I wish I could remember what that was called.
Oh, jeez.
While you're looking that up, speaking of people who are getting dragged into legal battles, I feel so bad for Coach McClellan staying at that hotel in Boston, and the union's just dragging him for staying at the hotel. He doesn't know anything, union. Leave him alone.
They
He's
had-
got
Who's
enough
on
problems.
strike?
The Marriott hotel.
No, it's not the Marriott. It's the Ritz-Carlton. The Ritz-Carlton
Yeah.
staff in Boston
Yeah.
are on strike. So they're picketing in front of the hotel.
Oh,
And then they're like, someone's like, oh, it's the Oilers. So the union, which fair
Yeah.
enough, they're out there protesting.
Yeah.
This is their right. They're like, oh, at Edmonton Oilers are scabs. And there's like all this shit going on.
God.
Then Coach McClellan comes in and they tag him. And he just looks like, guys, I got so many problems, man. This was booked by my company 6
like
months
exactly.
ago.
Like Jesus,
leave me
put
be.
some context on there. Poor coach.
He looks so sad in the
Oh,
video.
yeah. I also like that they're calling them scabs as if the Oilers are going in there to take their jobs.
And working in the hotel. Well, no, as a customer of a business, you're not supposed to cross.
Okay.
So they say.
but like you said, they don't know they're staying. Well, they may know they're staying there, but they had nothing to do
I
with
can't
it.
imagine Air Oilers circling a city being like, tell me, are there any local labor disputes we need to know about so we can pick a side? Yeah. Well, the piano tuners of Chicago seem to be on
yeah,
strike.
yeah.
Do we need our piano tune? No, we're good. All right, then land the plane.
I guess that's one way to troll Bruins fans, I guess.
I guess. Yeah, because the Yankees just stayed at the exact same Ritz-Carlton just like a week ago,
they
and they
get
had the same thing. But the MLBPA came out with a statement saying, "Oh no, we support unions or whatever." It's like a whole
Oh,
thing.
jeez. that
Whereas the
gets political.
NHLPA 's
If I
like-
was the Yankees, though, because there's that rivalry, I would have done that. I would have stayed at the Ritz.
Yeah, order breakfast.
Hold up a
Exactly.
sign.
Tweeting
The
about it.
Yankees do not agree with local hotel operator 184 union.
Exactly.
Or they do agree with local hotel operator. Take that, Red Sox.
I'd be like, this is why we all need to stay in Airbnbs from here on out.
That's what the Oilers should do.
I'm just thinking of the logistics though of moving. What? How many people travel with the team? 40.
Yeah.
I'm
Probably.
impressed they're staying at the Ritz.
Oh, they ball. They stay in all those
Gotta ball.
places.
They need real good eggs in the morning.
Yeah.
Eggs Benny's for everybody.
And like the team buffets, I bet you those are just amazing.
Thick cut bacon. Whew.
12 grain bread.
Whoa. Count the grains.
1,
All of them.
2. Do you want to do best and worst?
Yeah, man.
Remember when I tried to... Jared, you got a lot of work to do this podcast. I won't lie to you. It's gone over by about 45 minutes.
I'll start. I got a worst. Can I start with my worst?
Start with your worst, man.
Travis Dakin, you are my worst of the week.
Oh, respect.
I'm tired of you. Tired of you, son. You got to give me until at least American Thanksgiving before I can get angry about something.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We're still in prime Kool-Aid season.
This is our playoffs.
We literally talked about this a week ago, and you went back on your deal. You looked Wanye in the eye, and you said you would not do this anymore.
And so
Here you
now
are.
you're going to be punished because we're going to start making gifs of you when the Oilers lose because you're head crybaby.
And then also when they win. You gotta
Yeah,
rub
you
into the
can't-
fact they're winning. You
And
can't
then a
just
train
prove-
hits Dakin then.
Yeah.
You can't enjoy this win, Dakin.
You can't enjoy this season if this is what it's going to be.
You know what? That's what's going to happen.
Exactly.
You can't enjoy the good times. We're going to
You're not
hammer you
allowed.
on Twitter when they win.
And I'm feeling good about it. I'm still feeling good about it. Travis, you are my worst of the week.
My worst of the week is Oilers Twitter too. I won't say anybody specific because everybody's my friend, but boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's one game in.
Oh, the wheels came off.
It is admirable this many people care this much. Bless
Yes.
their hearts.
Yes.
But I swear to you, John Shannon in the first intermission's like, well, the Oilers season has gone this way since the beginning and it's all over. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, Shannon, you dipshit? We're one intermission in and Shannon was already like, it's over. With his owl-looking glasses that magnify his pupil to the size
Yeah,
of
he's
ping
the.
pong balls.
Have you seen my stapler guy from Office Space? He is.
He is.
And the question is, have you seen a stapler? Because he's been on Sportsnet for years looking for it.
Worst of the week?
My worst of the week is just all of the Leafs have played too much already. They've played too many games. They're getting all these points, and it's being just hung over our heads like crazy. You can't go on social media right now and not see like the current point leaders
Or
and just-
Austin Matthews doing a photo shoot for some unknown reason?
Austin Matthews doing his 17th photo shoot of the week or anything. The Leafs have played too much and it's getting thrown in our face too much. So I can't wait for the Oilers to get back in action rectify that record, get them points, get Connor on the top, and then we can just go back to shitting on Leafs fans again.
We can be the annoying fans.
Exactly.
Yes.
That is us. We're the little guy.
Second worst of the week probably goes to that jacket Austin Matthews was wearing. It looked like Carmen Sandiego, but it was really annoying to me.
I like the comparison you did.
Why
with
is
that,
he
actually.
doing this?
He's a fashion guy.
Okay, but
I don't
why
care.
is
Is that
he?
a fashion though? He's wearing a fucking tent.
Yeah, well, that's
Was this for
fashion.
but like not like in the emotional sense? Why is he doing this? Like literally, was that for a magazine? Why is he doing this?
Oh, probably. It's probably for a magazine, but
Okay.
he obviously,
because
as
when
you
Connor
see-
was on GQ, everybody knew he was on GQ.
Yeah.
All we're seeing here is him wearing a spacesuit.
Yeah, no, that's a photo shoot. That's not just him just like, oh, hey, I'm going to go out on Sunday with the guys and get them to take
No,
shots
but
of
I
me.
could see Matthews being the kind of guy that's like, hey, I need to take some branding photos. Can you just take this jacket I've got on?
Yeah. Rocking turtlenecks too. I noticed that.
I don't have any beef with it.
I got beef.
I got beef.
I do not
Whatever.
like
let him do what he wants to do.
No,
I
he
don't
definitely
care.
should do what he wants to do,
Yeah.
but I hate that jacket. I got beef with the jacket.
Oh, that's fine. Just don't buy the jacket. That's how you protest.
Guarantee you I will
Imagine
not
you
buy that
walk
jacket.
in
It'll
wearing
be all
that jacket
$7,000.
and just sit down and everyone's like, did you buy that jacket because Austin Matthews wore it in that photo shoot? You're like, no, I was thinking of buying this particular jacket
I
years
have my eye on
ago.
it.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
my eye on it.
If you, that's the
I got
thing.
an email from the fall collection of R&W.
So
and
if you're in
sent it.
Western Canada and you buy that jacket, you are a loser because you're going to immediately be called out. You bought that because Austin was wearing it. Mm-hmm. And that is shame.
Yes. Third worst of the week goes to me. For my best of the week, Wanye, I'm going to pivot. And by the way, Billy the Exterminator is that guy's name.
Ah, yes. Billy was Joe Dirt and Dog the Bounty Hunter made a baby. And instead of criminals, it was insects.
That's right.
in sex,
Incest.
Keep it in the family. All right. Best of the week goes to us for launching our Calgary road trip, Jay.
Oh, can't wait.
We are going down to Calgary
Yeah.
November 17th. You can go buy tickets right now.
Yeah. That if it is even 5% as fun as the last one was, it's still going to be an amazing time.
It'll be a fantastic time. But my third worst of the week goes to Boire in the comment section that says, I'm too embarrassed to be an Oilers fan right now. I'm not sure I can handle the shame of going to Calgary. Fuck you, Boire.
Yeah,
that was me.
Not
I'll be
invited.
honest, that was one of my burner accounts. I just
That's
like to
Dakin's
troll.
burner account.
Probably is Dakin's burner account. I'm going to check the IP as soon as I leave here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the trip's going to be a blast. We went at the end of the season when the Oilers were well beyond mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
And we had a great time.
Oh my God, we had so much fun. Can't wait to do it again.
Saddled up right by the Crack Max again.
Oh, right, but exactly. So everyone, make sure you get the window view on whatever side to watch the comeuppance at the Crack Max post 2 a.m.
It'll be the one with the cop car just permanently resting outside.
Permanently there. Doesn't deter anyone. Knife fights will still occur.
Oh, yeah. Wanye, best of the week.
Got to tell you, game one, I'm not like you, gloomy Gus's Dakin. Yeah, actually, you guys aren't gloomy, but Dakin is. Connor gets the puck and doesn't skate and somehow accelerates past every player on the ice and swoops behind the net and gives it to old Lucic out in front. Connor does stuff, as we all know, that makes all the hair in our arms and back, if you have back hair, stand up. And that swoop in game one, I'm like, man, this kid's going to get 140 points this year.
Shout out to Luch, too. Look
Yeah.
good.
Look good.
That was going to be my best of the week, and now you two have both poo-pooed it.
I didn't dismiss what you said. I beat you to the punch.
Exactly. That's the thing. You both poo-pooed it.
Other best of the week, real fast, was Putin this morning on Instagram. Yes, I follow him. What of it, Bag Milk? I have to have a worldview.
What's old Poots up to?
He's meeting that UFC fighter.
Oh,
And now it's all in Russian, obviously, because that's their mother tongue. But they're just like, blah, 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 ha, ha, ha. And I bet you it was like, way for you to go and fight all of McGregor's people. Don't worry, it's all staged. Ha, ha, ha.
I wonder if that's the meeting where he gets the Poots card.
I could see that guy getting the Putin black
That guy
card.
gets the Putin card for
Forever?
sure. Well, I don't know the full parameters of
Yeah.
it, but he would get it.
Wow.
Massive fight to win. McGregor in Vegas?
Yeah,
That's a Poots card.
that's it. The Russians have infiltrated the states yet
Oh, yeah.
again.
You see Ovi shouting out Putin for his birthday?
Of course,
And the comments are like, why would you dare shut up, Putin?
Putin card. That's why you give me the
Putin's card.
Putin
And
card, and
people
I
are-
will be
yeah.
Putin's biggest admirer.
People are going back like he's Russian. Oh.
yeah,
Well,
but
we play for Washington Capitals, and that's the capital city of the United States. The Connor game one swoop, boys. That to me was the best of the week. That thing was fast and precise. And I don't know where he went for the rest of the game, but it's his own business.
it was only once, but at least it was there.
And the hair flowing out the back of the helmet while he
The
swooped.
flow is just
point a
great.
game, boys. Point a game.
Well, he's got 2 points. He got 2 points that game. Didn't he? Oh no, he did. Yeah, he did. He got 2 points that game.
I'm not sure. I'll have to check.
You
It
don't
was
know.
dry. Yeah.
We're rusty boys.
Didn't he
Well,
get 2
boys.
points?
I thought you said the one.
I know Luch did. Boy, Luch, he's probably read my open letter. I can't say he didn't, but I can't say he did.
2
So I'm
points in
taking
one
credit.
game.
Luch, and this is my best, and I'll try to loop in another thing. But yeah, like Luch, I saw Luch actually make a big hit in the game at some point. I think it was during the dry toast second period. But that goal he scored in the PP, that's exactly all you. That's all you need to do, Luch. Just go into that position, own your territory, let Connor do what Connor thinks. The puck is going to come to you, and just bury that bugger home. Just
2
ram
points
it
for
in there.
McDeasy. 2 apples.
Two
for
apples.
McDeasy.
Yeah.
He's on pace for 164 points. And Travis Dakin, if you judge the team by his Twitter feed, Connor's leg flew off in the first period and is never going to play again, according to him.
We should just fold the franchise.
Oh, we should just close up shop.
Yeah. Move to Seattle.
Oh,
Beat you to it,
Vancouver's
Flames.
rebuilds faster than ours. It's time to end things.
Yeah, they played fucking 12 games already. I'm waiting for game 2, son.
Yeah.
Boston tomorrow, 5 o'clock Mountain.
Oh, we don't even need a game to be at normal times to win.
Hell no. But then another 11 a.m. start on Saturday against
That's
the
what.
Rangers.
Great. Good. We'll play at 3 a.m. Who cares?
Well, I'm ready. I was born ready.
The Oilers are ready.
I've got an Oilers hoodie on right now.
Respect. I'm wearing an Oilers Nation hoodie right now. Jay?
I got a nation hat on
There you
backwards
go.
because I'm cool.
Word up.
Right.
Well, anyways, my worst of the week or best of the week, I was trying to finish.
Gotta fight for airtime, son.
I got abruptly interrupted. Luch, 2 points. Starting to put himself in the positions for him to succeed. That is good. Check mark. He made a hell of a pass to
Is that a Peter Hill check mark?
what? Once again, I'm being interrupted.
It's a vacuum in here.
It was Luch that passed that to Draisaitl, right? He was the primary assist. That was a hell of a goal.
It was a great goal.
Great goal.
A little bit late. But we'll take it.
Yeah, super late, but hell of a goal. Super
take it.
pumped. Almost had me believing that they had a chance to come back and win that game.
Oh,
That's how good a goal that was.
Pint would have went ballistic.
It went crazy. It was good. So that was my best. The best. So that and the event itself that we had to watch the game, getting everyone in that room together and having a blast and getting the day drink on.
Raising $4,000 for kids sport.
Yeah, helping the kids play sports. I believe the total that our friends there said is 30 kids now can play sport in Edmonton this year because of everyone's efforts. So that's kind of like the warm and fuzzy best of the week.
Real life podcast. See you next week.